Surf's up.
It is exciting.
And these beach bums are doing more than just catching waves.
Father, I pray that the jellyfish would disappear.
And then
I've had a lot of skin grafts.
a disfigured man.
I've never been able to smell a day in my life.
You won't believe where he got his scars.
I resented her very bad, and it was horrible.
Or how he came to forgive his attacker.
She's seeing a son that's literally came from the grave.
On today's 700 Club.
Welcome, folks, to another week. This is the 700 Club, and I'm glad you're here with us. Things are happening. It's mostly politics right now. Congress is in recess, and the nation still is on holiday. School isn't quite back to normal as the kids come back to school in about another week or so. But it seems that the Donald, who has a helicopter, went to Iowa and flew in with his helicopter and then took kids on free helicopter rides. Tell me what other candidate can match that, and none of them could, so he stole the show as usual. But right now, he's starting to say things that look like they were copied directly from the Obama playbook. And you wonder, where is he getting his intellectual firepower? And I think people are beginning to take a second look, but we'll see what happens. But talking about second looks, Hillary Clinton is making jokes about her email scandal, but it's no laughing matter. Actually, there's 60 now, 60 classified emails that they have identified, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. So what's going to happen? Well, it'll just remain to be seen.
Yeah,
Terry?
I wonder how that'll affect the race. Well, love him or hate him, Trump was the main attraction for many at the Iowa State Fair this weekend. Iowans turned out in droves to hear him finally unveil his new immigration policy. Caitlin Burke has that story.
He's being called the Republican Maverick, and he stole the show at the Iowa State Fair this weekend.
I'm not even supporting, but I'm talking about it. There hasn't been nobody like him.
The GOP frontrunner is making illegal immigration his showcase issue, releasing his first policy paper on the topic this weekend.
We're building a wall. It's going to be a wall that is not, nobody's going through my wall.
Trump plans to force Mexico to pay for his border wall by hiking fees on U.S. visas for Mexicans. He says he'll also end birthright citizenship and triple the number of immigration officers. Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton also made a campaign stop at the fair, where she wasn't able to escape the topic of her email scandal.
The facts are the same as they have been from the very beginning of these questions being raised. And most importantly, I never sent classified material on my email, and I never received any that was marked classified.
However, a State Department official told the Washington Times that the total number of Hillary Clinton's emails identified as classified has now reached 60, and that doesn't include the 2 emails recently identified by the Inspector General as containing top secret information, indicating some of the nation's most sensitive secrets. Clinton says the entire email scandal is politics, just Republicans out to hurt her campaign. The chairman of the House Select Committee on Benghazi spoke on Fox News Sunday this weekend. He says this isn't an issue of partisan games.
The Inspector General isn't partisan, neither one of them. In fact, they were nominated by President Obama and confirmed by Harry Reid-led Senate. The FBI is not partisan. I get that she's frustrated. Her poll numbers are tanking. Folks who never thought about getting into the race are getting in the race. But she need not blame House Republicans for having her own personal server.
Trump also weighed in this weekend on the Clinton email scandal, saying that at some point it will cause her to suspend her campaign.
That's ultimately going to happen. At some point she's got to. Look at General Petraeus. He was destroyed over much lesser crimes.
During an interview with Breitbart News, Trump said he expected Clinton to be taken down by her email scandal and the general election to be between he and Vice President Joe Biden. A new national poll shows Trump is still holding on to his big lead. Ben Carson has jumped to second. Caitlin Burke, CBN News.
Well, it's a long road and many pitfalls along the way and many shifts in polling. So somebody said the only poll that really matters is the one that takes place in November when people go to the polls. That is the only poll that really counts. The rest of them are just sort of beauty contest feel-good measures. Well, the president may be gearing up again to bypass Congress. This time it's about his nuclear deal with Iran. John Jessup has more on that story from our CBN News Bureau in Washington. Here's John.
Thanks, Pat. Congress is set to vote on the deal with Iran in just a few weeks, but new reports indicate the vote may not matter that much. That's because President Obama could decide to act on his own, ignoring the outcome of the vote. Some political analysts believe the president would still have the power to use executive orders to give Iran most of the billions of dollars in relief from economic sanctions. Meanwhile, Republicans and even some Democrats are trying to rally to oppose the deal. Republican presidential candidate Mike Huckabee will discuss the nuclear agreement with leaders in Israel this week. And Donald Trump is warning that Iran must be stopped now.
Are going to be such a wealthy, such a powerful nation. They're going to have nuclear weapons. They are going to take over parts of the world that you wouldn't believe. And I think it's going to lead to nuclear holocaust. And I will say this. The people that negotiated that deal, namely Kerry and his friends, are incompetent.
Meanwhile, Iran's supreme leader says no matter what happens with the deal, he will not allow the U.S. to have any influence over Iran.